Tigers. It's Friday, December 8th, and we are back with episode number 6 of TigerVision News for the 23-24 school year. I'm Emma.
And I'm Avery.
This is a reminder that, as always, high school FCA and Teens for Christ will be meeting in the old gym at lunch today. Make sure to bring your lunch. Also, donations will be taken up for students involved in the accident this past week.
Now, if you'll please join us for a moment of silence.
Would you please stand for our Pledge of Allegiance to the American flag? Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This broadcast is brought to you by Local Bank, Trucks for You, American Legion Frank Glad Post number 20, Armstrong Bank, Bravado Wireless, Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory, Fort Gibson Education Foundation, Keith Hardware and Supply, Renfro Electric, Somax School of Music, Jeff Walker at Edward Jones, Max Drive-In, Tiger's Den, Burrow Post Frame Supply, Dr. Coy and Dr. Kimberly Durasset, G&H Outdoor Services, Green Country Lanes and Muskogee Skate Center, Michelle Mackey at Chenoweth and Cohen, New Direction Dental and Sleep Care, Simple Simon's Pizza, Sticks 4 Mile Stop, and Sticks Fort Quick Stop.
Congratulations to our very own Doc Sparks. Doc earned OKMEA All-Stand Band honors this past weekend. Great work, Doc.
High school juniors or seniors who are interested in any branch of the military can sign up for the ASVAB test that is scheduled for Friday, January 12th at 8 a.m. The test is free and is a requirement for military enlistment that helps predict future academic and occupational success in the military. Sign-up sheets are in the counselor's office.
High school students with a 3.5 GPA and above are eligible to attend the 3.5 reception. This event will take place Tuesday at 12:45 in the Harrison Fieldhouse. There will be drinks, cookies, and my favorite, door prizes. You can just check the list posted around the hallways to see if you're eligible to attend. Ms. Keeling can answer any questions you may have about the reception.
Fort Gibson will be turning 200 years old in April of 2024, and to help celebrate our small town, a new musical has been written and will be performed this spring. If you are in middle school or high school, please consider auditioning for Vivia. A new musical will be held in the high school auditorium on Sunday, January 7th at 2 p.m. The audition will consist of a prepared song and a dance learned that day. Please come and be a part of something that has never been seen and help celebrate our town and the amazing Fort Gibson community. If you have any questions, see Mrs. Wicks in room 126.
A few weeks back, we started a new trimester here at the fort. Here in the high school, we sometimes begin new classes. Trey was able to track down 2 students who have a few new classes and ask them about the new classes they're taking. Trey, tell us more.
With the new trimester comes struggles and trials that you're gonna have to overcome for the next 3 months. But with struggles comes some exciting new experiences.
To learning English with Miss Stanley, or by learning your way around a computer, and working hard in agriculture.
And now, let's take a glimpse into the next new trimester.
What excites me about my new classes is that, like in human growth, I get to work with kids, and I love working with kids. My new classes are human growth and development, computer science, and English.
What excites me most about my new classes is that they're very fun and something I've never done before, so I'm excited about that. And my new classes are Computer Science 1A, Government, Human Growth Development, Bax Class, and Computer Science 1B.
Good luck to you, Tigers, as you set new goals and find common interest among your new classmates. I've been your reporter, Trey, for TigerVision News.
Thank you, Trey. I have some new classes this trimester as well. I love them. Sometimes a change is a great thing.
I agree, Emma. Same with me. This class is new for me and I'm loving it.
And now to Lily for a look at the weather for this next week.
Thanks, ladies. Yesterday was windy and it's still going to be windy today and tomorrow with gusts up to 30 miles per hour. Temperatures today are outstanding with highs of nearing 70. We do have a 30% chance of showers today, and then a bottom falls out starting tonight with lows around 40, and high temperatures in the lower 50s for the weekend and morning lows a few degrees below the freezing mark of 32. And then starting off next week, the morning lows look to be chilly from mid to upper 30s to around 40, and the highs will be in the mid to upper 50s. We do have a very slight chance of rain next Wednesday, but all in all, the week ahead looks chilly in the mornings, sunny days in the 50s, and should be mainly dry. And as always, we'd like to thank our News on 6 for this week's weather graphic. And now a word from one of our sponsors.
Family, it's bigger than bloodlines, stronger than DNA. It's the circle we draw around the people that matter, the people we care about and care for, the folks who inspire us, guide us, root for us. Family means finding common ground, rolling up our sleeves, and making our way side by side. Armstrong Bank. Strength runs in our family.
And now let's see what's happening in the fort and around the world.
In the fort, the annual Christmas parade is tonight. Come spend a fun-filled evening in downtown Fort Gibson at 7 p.m. Many of the downtown shops will be open for business to help you prepare for our most favorite holiday of the year. And as always, our Fort Gibson Royal Regiment will be headlining the event.
In the state, the Oklahoma Secondary School Activities Association, or OSSAA, has changed a rule that will now allow students to transfer to another school and be eligible immediately if the proper paperwork is completed and receives approval from the OSSAA. The change goes into effect next July 1st. There are a few other guidelines that have to be followed, but transferring to a school district that you don't live in is not as simple as it sounds. The education department has a say in that. So, drama remains in the sports world.
In the nation, Norman Lear was an American screenwriter and producer who produced, wrote, created, or developed over 100 shows. Lear created and produced numerous popular 1970s sitcoms, including All in the Family, Maude, Sanford and Son, One Day at a Time, The Jeffersons, and Good Times. His shows introduced political and social themes to the sitcom. Norman Lear passed away this week at the age of 101.
In world news, I'm not sure we did not already know this, but for 2023, it is globally the warmest year on record, over 3 degrees higher on average. Yes, it's just the start of December, but there isn't much December can do to lose the record.
We'll be right back after a commercial and then a favorite segment of mine and yours, dad jokes.
There's really only one explanation for businesses who continue to thrive for decades on end, and that's a people-first mentality. Bravado employees live within our existing coverage area just like you. Our kids go to the same schools and play in the same leagues as yours. That's why so much of who we are consists of giving back to our communities, because your community is also our community. We are your family, your neighbors, and your leader in wireless coverage. Make the bold move and switch today.
It takes a certain kind of humor to truly appreciate a good solid dad joke. And by good, I obviously mean bad. Ridiculously bad. So bad that people are shaking their heads. That's how you know it's a good dad joke. Fortunately for those who appreciate such uncomfortable guilty pleasures in life, the dad joke segment is back for the 23-24 school year. So for all the dads out there, take it away.
Did you hear the rumor about butter? Well, I'm not going to spread it. Guys, Coach Lowe here with your dad joke for the week. What do you call a fake noodle? Think about it. An impasta.
I don't know about you, but I like telling dad jokes. Sometimes he laughs. I'm Aidan reporting for TigerVision News.
I have to admit, I laugh every time I hear a dad joke. I just can't help it.
Me too. And now it's time for On This Day in History.
On this day in 1776, George Washington's army crossed the Delaware.
On this day in 1813, Ludwig van Beethoven's 7th Symphony in A premiered in Vienna with Beethoven conducting.
On this day in 1874, a gang led by Jesse James robbed a train at Muncie, Kansas, stealing $30,000.
On this day in 1940, the National Football League Championship had the Chicago Bears beat the Washington Redskins 73-0, the most one-sided victory in NFL history, and was also the first NFL title game broadcast on national radio.
On this day in 1941, U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt delivered his Day of Infamy speech to the U.S. Congress after the bombing of Pearl Harbor.
The English historian Edward Hallett Carr once described history as an unending dialogue between the present and the past.
Learning about our past is always so interesting to me.
And now to Coach London and Mr. Wicks for this week's Tiger Sports Report.
Hey, welcome into the Sports Report. We're here in the Tiger basketball locker room. Smells good.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's a little...
It could be worse.
Yeah, need some. I thought it was you with no deodorant. I didn't know.
The wrestling team took off their season last week. Started off the season last week with a red and white showcase, and had a good showing. Had a good crowd coming out.
Tremendous crowd.
Yeah, it's big time. So they hosted a novice tournament on Saturday. Know anything about the novice tournament?
Well, it's an elementary tournament, and we have tons of kids that come from all over, and it's been a big fundraiser for our wrestling program. And so it gives our kids an opportunity to wrestle without going anywhere and doing it right here at home. And so Coach Johnson does a great job and his staff of organizing that. And
there's 3 or 4 mats going on. It's
crazy. And if you've ever been to a big wrestling tournament, I mean, there's wrestlers everywhere, but it's organized chaos. And like I said, Coach does a great job of organizing it and runs smooth. And, and it's really good for a lot of singlets. And Coach does a great job, and it's a nice fundraiser for our program.
That's good. And tomorrow, they're headed to Bristow, the Chuck West tournament.
Yeah, Chuck West Invitational, been going for a long time. Always one of the tougher tournaments in the state with some big schools and out-of-state schools coming, and so it's always a challenge for our kids and our team. And so, looking forward to the season. We got a lot of guys back. There's high expectations, and so I know Coach Johnson and his staff's excited, and so we're looking forward to a really good season.
That's exciting. The swimming teams took to Edmond last week, had a tough competition there. They have the week off this week, and then they have a senior night next Friday night. That'll be a 6 o'clock start, so looking forward to them getting back in the water next Friday night.
Amazing how fast it goes. You know, they've been working all year, and all of a sudden the season's here, and we're talking about senior night. And of course, they got a long ways to go, but they went to Edmond last week, and they did a great job, and they're not afraid to swim against whoever. They'll compete against the biggest and the best. And so, really appreciate our coach's attitude towards that and finding that competition. And so I know our kids respond to that as well.
Good competition makes you better.
They work as hard as any athletic group that we have. And so really proud of their work ethic and what they do, and kudos to Coach White.
Yeah. Basketball began last week as well. They had 2 nights of action. Locust Grove here last Monday, I believe, or Tuesday, and then Hilldale came to town last Friday. The girls went 2-0 on the week. The boys split 1-1, but the Hornets went down.
The Hornets went down. That's exactly right. Girls got 2 good wins, in their first 2 games, and the boys split and did a really good job. Just the ball wouldn't fall in the hole in that first game, but like you said, the Hornets went down, and so it was a really fun night.
It was good games. Between games on Friday night, we had the chance to honor a couple of coaching legends here at Fort Gibson, Coach Jerry David Walker and Coach Gary Hendricks, who's now with the Hornets. We won't hold that against him too much, but
that's right.
They've been recently inducted into the Oklahoma Coaches Association Hall of Fame, so we had a chance to give them a plaque, and we're going to put the plaque up in the lobby for everybody to see, and it'll be there for forever, I guess.
Well, 2 living legends, and their records speak for themselves, and we don't have to say a lot. They know, or everybody knows about them, and so it was a really cool night to be able to honor them and give them the mic and let them thank people that are special to them, and their plaques are already in the trophy case, so it's really cool.
Yeah, it was a good night. This week, the basketballers are in the Inola tournament, also known as the Jerry O'Quinn tournament. The girls played East Central on Monday, beat them, and they played Verdigris yesterday. We didn't have the results at the time of this recording in the semifinals, but they will play tomorrow. The boys fell to a highly ranked team from Victory Christian on Monday night, and so they're playing tonight at 5:30. You can check both of those games out, or all the games actually. They're on the Inola Longhorns Athletic Stream on YouTube, so you can check those out there. Both teams will be in action tomorrow. We just don't know the times as of this recording. They do play Nathan Hill. The boys will play Nathan Hill at 5:30 tonight.
It should be, well, I won't say that.
Should be a good game. We're excited to see it. girls and boys both been playing hard. The girls, there's a couple of new faces on the girls team from the freshman side, and they're, I mean, we got Cache Brown, we got the Peters girls. I mean, there's a couple of good ones coming up. We've got some good ones that have been there. I mean, it's a solid girls team.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And you know, it's still trying to fit all the pieces together and learn to play with each other. And you know, I think both teams, boys and girls, are really young and for the most part inexperienced.
Right.
We have some experience, but overall pretty inexperienced. So it takes a little time to mesh. But both teams are working hard, and I know both teams feel good about where they're at and where they're going. So it's going to be a fun season.
Yeah, it's going to be a good season, long season. We've got time to grow. But like I said, both teams will be playing tomorrow at Inola. You can catch both those games on YouTube from Inola. We wish the best of luck to all of our teams here in the winter sports. Now, we'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks for that report.
Winter events are in full swing. Thanks for watching TigerVision News. I'm Avery.
And I'm Emma. Tune in next week for more
TigerVision News.